Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. You want to find something sturdy and comfortable. You don't want to be uncomfortable because then you'll be distracted by your body during the practice, and it just makes it harder than it needs to be. You also don't want to you want to have a sense of stability because it allows us to kind of tells the mind that, we are here to stay. We're not about to get up and do something. We're not doing this as part of the to-do list. We're here to stay. So sitting in a chair achieves this goal. You can sit in a formal meditation posture. You can even lie down, just don't fall asleep. Find what works for you. We also keep our eyes open during this practice. But of course, if you have learned to practice with your eyes closed or you feel more comfortable doing so, go ahead and close your eyes. There are no hindrances here. But if your eyes are open, leave the screen alone and drop your gaze down below you, kind of looking gently at the floor or the desk or whatever is just below you. We're not staring or analyzing at a particular spot on the floor, but we're also not zoned out and blurry. We have a gentle gaze directed softly and clearly downwards. You're in a comfortable and sturdy position, and your eyes are either closed or open, gaze down. Doing is not necessary here. There's nothing to gain from practice, from meditation. We're instead discovering what already is. And we do this by learning to leave thinking alone. Your mind is like the open space of the sky. And thoughts, feelings, emotions, these are like the clouds in the sky. If we stop following them, we notice the sky in its open, clear, vast expanse self. But if we cling to the clouds, not only can we not notice the sky, but the clouds tend to grow. They tend to obscure the open space. But like the sky, your mind is not touched by thoughts in the same way the sky is not touched by the clouds in it. Clouds can only exist because of the sky. So when we feel upset or tired or frustrated or doubting, we're probably just paying attention to our thoughts. We're noticing the clouds. And if you just look and leave these clouds alone, leave the thoughts alone, we remain as the open sky, which is always free and clear. Even when there are clouds in it, it is still open and clear. So take a second to notice where you're placing your attention right now. Most of us, we place our attention somewhere near the forehead, behind the eyes, in between our ears. We feel that this is where we exist, that we're some sort of homunculus, a ghost in the machine, and we exist here in the head. And see if you can just drop this view. Move your attention away from the head to the sensations of this next breath, right here. And as you notice the breath, notice how it feels when the breath comes in versus when it goes out. Let your attention rest intimately with breathing. And there'll be a tendency, you see, to go back to the head, to keep checking in with thoughts, to keep checking in with our minds. So we just return back to the breath again and learn to bring our attention away from thinking. Notice breathing. And I'm probably catching you thinking again, and that's okay. Notice how the attention is back in the forehead, in the head area. So we just return it again to the breath, rising and falling. And remember that thoughts don't have to stop. The mind doesn't have to be quiet for us to notice the breath. We notice the breath as thinking happens. come back. Come back to breathing. Return to breathing. We return to the breath, not so much with force or effort. Remember to just relax and allow things to be. In fact, see if you can return to the breath as if it happens all by itself. That it's not a you doing it. It's just something that happens. We wake up from thinking and it automatically returns to the breath. Just relax. Let it happen. There's this experience right now. You hear my voice, other sounds in the room around you, body sensations. You notice thoughts. If your eyes are open, you see. There's all of this happening. But this is maybe a strange question to ask. Don't take it too seriously, but it's a pointer. Go where this question is asking. What does all of this experience happen in? In other words, what notices or what is the condition to which all experience happens? If you think about this question, you'll be confused. But use it like a signpost pointing you to an experience, to a dimension or truth about your mind. There's an open, clear space to which all experience happens. Can this be noticed? Or rather, as the Tao Te Ching says, you can't know it, but you can be it. And if this is too confusing, no problem. Just return to the breath. But for others, move where this question points. What is discovered? All right, you can look at the screen. A lot of people think meditation is about relaxing or about quieting your mind. But it isn't that at all. It's about discovering what's already here. It's about discovering what your mind already is before thinking arises. even during thinking and after thinking, but for purposes of clarity, before thinking arises. What is that? Before the next cloud comes, what's there? Before the storm, what's the cloud happening in? We call it the sky. But can you grab the sky? Can you like nail something into the sky? But somehow clouds can pass through it, even though it's not really a thing, right? Is it a thing? Can you hold space? Is that a thing? Our minds are very similar. There's this open condition that isn't what many call a choiceless awareness, a clear, open, non-judgmental, non-personal. In the moment we call any word, it's not it, because it's the condition to which all words happen. It's like the sky is the condition to which all the clouds can pass and come and go. Most of us spend our lives attached to the clouds, thinking that's life, that's who I am. And these clouds come and go, they keep moving. So life is these ups and downs, and I'm happy when things are good, I'm sad when things are bad. It's always this bouncing, because clouds are always moving. Thoughts and feelings and sensations and problems and worries and life situations are always moving. But there's something that sees it all. Not a soul, not a separate thing. And it's so obvious. It's so obvious that we miss it. I really try to share this practice in ways that don't sound spooky. But sometimes when we talk about the kind of what happens when you leave thinking alone, it can sound very spooky, but when you actually see it, when you notice what I'm talking about here, it's like, oh yeah, it feels like this. Oh yeah, obviously, God. It's, if you think it's like some fireworks show or some great grand spiritual awakening experience, and you just got these realms of existence and you've gone to the center of the Milky Way in your mind, it's not it. Those are just experiences. What I'm talking about is so ordinary, but so important to see. It's the open space of your mind. This is what they say in Zen: your mind is intrinsically pure, free, void. And all you have to do is look. Notice what happens between the gaps of your thoughts. What is behind the clouds? It's right here. It's not after, it's not during practice. It's right now as I'm talking to you. Right now. Just look. Thank you for showing up today. And of course, if this is confusing, please comment below and ask me a question. I'll answer it in the next Q&A. It's understandable. And as always and without exception, I'll see you tomorrow.